Video tutorials by Andrew Buckle. In this tutorial, I'm just going to continue with a theme that I've worked in a previous video, and that's how to use envelopes with gradients and transformations. Now I'm going to extend it a little bit further with multiple transformations. Now, got this design, this was the end point of a previous video, and first thing to do, just go to Effect and Distort and Transform there. And it will come up with a little dialogue. As always with Illustrator, lots of dialogues come up. So apply a new effect. I know you can show, don't show again. Sometimes it's nice to have it remind you. So once you've actually got that, click Preview. Now at the moment, it doesn't do much. What I'm going to do is copies. I'm going to go for 5. I'm not going to go for, you could go for 10, 20 to make it much more sort of even more stunning, but or not. So depends how it all turns out. Just going to, right, so copies 5, and what you can do then is set scale. I'm going to go for going outwards, so I'm just going to, you could of course vary this, you don't have to go with exactly the same, so 110, and now you can see what's happened. You've got these designs going out. What you can also do is modify the angle, and you can obviously vary that, say 10, now you could go for 20. And sometimes some settings work better than others. Sometimes they end up not looking so great. So 30 you might suddenly find, no, not such a great one. So say 10. At this point, click OK. And at this point, of course, you could just say, that's enough. I've created a design that I want. But, of course, you can continue. Don't have to just continue with just that one. What you can then do, you can go to Object and Envelope Distort, and you can edit the envelope. So you can modify that, so that will actually, I'm just going to use the direct selection tool. So just, you have to go slightly out of the side here and just go inwards and select that area, so you can just drag that out. And of course, depending, sometimes they work better than others. You might go design and suddenly you lose the entire design, so it doesn't look as good. It looks quite nice, but you can just obviously vary it. Again, go further out, just select that and move that down. And you can add additional points in as well. Move that around again until you're happy with the actual end result. So sometimes you get a good result and sometimes it doesn't always turn out so great. Right, so I'm just showing you that's what you can get, different effects. And of course you can actually modify the actual design itself. So you can actually, the whole of the design, so you can just select that and rotate that design, and that will change the result as well. You can make that smaller if you wish. Let that go in. Right, so now once you've got that, you can also extend and just go to Object and again Envelope Distort and edit the contents itself. So if you're not happy with that gradient, say you decide to go over here, gradient, you can actually just modify it, and if you don't like it, Control Z, go back out, and you can go around, Control Z again. I'm not so keen on that, but you can see the different sort of colour effects. You can create some really nice sort of radial designs. Now you'll notice the next thing I'm just going to point out, and that's transparency. So say you suddenly think, well, I don't really like that inner part. Then you can actually go over here and say set the opacity to 0. So again, you can remove that, get rid of the green if you don't want that, maybe opacity down to 20, just sort of end up sort of creating some sort of really nice overlapping designs. You can move those around. Again, you can go back to the vary the grain. Sometimes they work better than others. So if you don't like one, just Control Z again, come back to that design. Now, once you've actually done that, Object and Envelope Distort and back to Envelope. Now you might decide that's it, I've finished, but you can of course just select the design, just move that down a bit, because what I'm going to do next, you can actually hold the Alt down and you can duplicate and create another one. This is on top of the previous one, so you've actually got now 2, and rotate that around, and that's on top. So you can just see, you can just create multiple designs. You don't have to obviously have it overlapping. You could have. You could change the opacity as well, and so on and so on. There's literally limitless sort of designs you can create using these things all sort of blend and swirl, and you can sort of create a sort of a design that wraps around another design. Literally infinite combinations just using this gradient. You don't have to use that sort of gradient, you can use any different colours combined. Hope you found this of interest. Thank you much.